Srila Prabhupada was visiting some home in the US along with his secretary Srutakirti, and he saw a painting of Krishna sitting on the chariot, and Arjuna was behind him, and he was looking very anxious. And Prabhupada saw that picture and he said, "I like this picture very much," and he started laughing. He said, "This is the predicament of everyone, how they are very, very attached to material life, to sense gratification. And Krishna is telling something else. So, what happened? What exactly is this picture? This picture is that Krishna is asking Arjuna to kill his family. And Arjuna is very, very distressed. And so, this is the predicament. Something, not that he is asking all of us to kill our families, but what Prabhupada explained was that you must be ready even to kill your family for Krishna. Even to kill. Not that every time he asks us. That was Arjuna. He was a highly elevated soul and he could do that. But Krishna gives the test that we are ready to do anything for him. And so in this case, Shrutikirti Prabhu was, confessing that he was such a wonderful servant of Prabhupada's. He would just sit quietly in a room waiting for the bell to ring, and then he would run, and then whatever Prabhupada wanted, he would do. Such a surrendered, servant. He never wanted anything for himself. Imagine just sitting all the time, waiting, anytime, just a bell should ring, and then you have to go running. Sometimes he said, my mind was so restless. Naturally, he's a young boy at that time, brahmachari. And he had just newly got married. And he had a son, beautiful looking son, and then he was missing them actually. And he said that now Prabhupada was saying this, and then he said, I was not thinking of killing them, leave alone, staying away from them. I was missing them actually. I wanted to go back to my family. And Prabhupada was saying this to me, saying that, see, this is very instructive. So actually what happens is that Krishna knows exactly why do all these pain. This is common to all of us, this all these negative things which are haunting us. All there's envy, hatred, and insults, so many things everyone goes through. No one can say they are immune to any of these. But why is it that some people feel the pain more, some people suffer more? Everyone goes through all these things, but some people feel the pain much more, and then they suffer a lot. And that is because that is their specific attachment. And so when it comes, it is much more this thing. Maybe somebody doesn't care. Oh, you insult me, it's okay. Suppose I'm not bothered whether you insult me or praise me. Then, it's no more suffering for me, even if I undergo that. But for someone who wants that very much, he likes to be respected, he likes to be praised, and then for him it's absolute misery, right? It's all a question of how much we are attached to that thing. So that is why he's saying, and in this case, Shrutakirti was such a nice devotee, he was serving Prabhupada so wonderfully, but his attachment was this, some sense gratification. He said, from time to time in between, I did have this bouts of wanting some sense gratification, because he was with Prabhupada, there's nothing else but Krishna service. Prabhupada was 24 hours serving Krishna. So with him, he had to completely only serve him. But in between, because he was still had these attachments, that would arise. And so for him, that was a big pain. And Prabhupada was planning. He said, I knew what was coming, because he had made a contract that after this a few places in the US, he will stay back. He'll go to his family in Los Angeles, and Prabhupada would continue to India, and someone else would go. But he was afraid, maybe I'll have to go to India. That was his great fear, great attachment. And so he was all the time afraid. And anyway, Krishna made Prabhupada left it to him. He didn't want to go with that other servant, and he said, yes, Shrutakirti can come if he wants. He gave a open-ended thing. So he felt very nice that Prabhupada likes to go with me. Or rather, he wants me to go with him. And so then he overcame his attachment. So it's all a question of all these things are there to haunt us and, torment us as long as we want to enjoy separately from Krishna. But in our minds, if we say, Krishna, you come first, no matter what, whatever it is, whatever you say, I will do. It's not that we can't have attachments. We can. But Krishna is the foremost. If Krishna says something, I'm ready to give up that attachment. That is the state which will help us be free from all these miseries. in material life. Hare Krishna.